And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. There you have a look at it. It is a deadly drug cocktail that comes in zesty, sassy, prissy, pink. Now, it may look good, but you may not want it. We're talking about pink cocaine, which is also known as Tussie. The designer drug is popular in the nightlife scene, especially in New York City and in South America, and is making headlines due to how dangerous it is. My next guest explains why. And joining us on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Danish Ali with Archpoint Pain Institute. Dr. Ali, an autopsy came out showing that singer Liam Payne of One Direction had pink cocaine in his system when he died in Buenos Aires. I think he fell 3 stories from a hotel and died. And of course, they found pink cocaine in his system. But what exactly is pink cocaine? We've been hearing a lot about that. That was brought up in Sean P. Diddy Combs' lawsuit. Also, someone saying that he had that allegedly supplied it to some people. So what is pink cocaine?
Yeah, it's a very tragic story indeed. Yeah, so pink cocaine is actually not a form of cocaine. It looks and resembles different forms of cocaine. However, it is not. It is a substance made of ketamine as well as MDMA. And what they do is they put a little bit of food coloring, strawberry colored food coloring, to give it that little pink color. And that's where that name pink cocaine comes from. It is a very potent hallucinogenic that is available. Commonly, we see this in South America, Isaiah, Colombia, Argentina, etc. And it gives folks that euphoria, that high. However, excessive consumptions of this can cause seizures as well as respiratory depression and can lead to death, as we just saw in this poor, tragic story.
And of course, what we saw out of New York, you and I just saw some statistics where thousands of people have not died, but overdosed with the pink cocaine, and it's very popular in the nightclub scene. And I'm told it goes anywhere from $20 to $200 for a little packet, and you can even buy it online.
That's correct, Isaiah. Yeah, we have seen these stories come out in different parts of the country, even Florida as well, where you can buy these sort of substances. And again, it's commonly seen in the clubs or restaurants, bars, etc., because it's got that nice little pink coloring to it. Looks cool. It's and it's different than cocaine. And so folks that have done other illicit substances think this is different. This is cooler. This is going to give me that euphoria and that high. And unfortunately, some of this can be very potent and very strong and can lead to respiratory depression, death. Isaiah, believe it or not, this actually substance was available as a prescription back in 1970. It came out for treating erectile dysfunction. And then many years later, we found that this was associated with complications and side effects. And so it became a substance 1, or in the same category as cocaine. And now it is not available at all, obviously. And so available prescription-wise is what I mean. But having said that, people are still obtaining this through the streets, and it can be very deadly.
And of course, there's concern that now it's also being mixed with fentanyl, right?
That's correct, Isaiah. There are some forms of it that have fentanyl mixed in it. Again, it gives folks that high, that euphoria, and especially those that have been consuming other illicit substances. They want that extra high, right? It's like what we see in the pain management world is folks that have been taking opioids and pain medications. They reach that certain threshold of relief, and then they want that little bit more. They want that little bit more of the euphoria, the relief, etc. Same thing is what we're doing, and what we're seeing is on the streets is these folks are obtaining these drugs, these things, these substances that are more stronger, more potent, and even more deadlier.
And with the color being pink and attractive, that could attract young people, particularly young girls as well, right?
That's correct, Isaiah. We're seeing this in the nightlife scene right now. Folks are buying this off the street. Again, as you've said, especially in New York, a lot of these areas that are hubs for tourists, especially, Isaiah, we're seeing a higher number of that. Just like we saw in this case here, Argentina, Colombia, those are places where these substances are available. And unfortunately, they're available pretty readily from what I hear. And it can be very deadly.